Mic check 1 2. Mic check 1 2. Test 1 2 3. Mic check 1 2 1 2. Test 1 2 1 2. And good afternoon, good morning, I guess. It's only 9:30 as we get started with the final day and final game of the Spartan Southern Classic here in Lexington, South Carolina. It is a sunny morning, a little on the cool side, but should be heating up as the day goes on. And a good day to end the tournament on as Case Western Reserve 7-4 on the season will be taking on Swarthmore. The Spartans, a visiting team. Swarthmore 6-7 on the year, will be the home team today. The two teams split their first two meetings of the tournament, with Swarthmore winning on Saturday 9-5 over Case Western Reserve, and the Spartans winning 9-3 yesterday. And now the Spartans and the Garnet will meet one final time before the end of our tournament as we are set to get going here. Let's go ahead and without further ado get you the starting lineups, beginning with the batting order for Case Western Reserve. Leading things off and catching is Jack Anderson. Dane Camphausen batting second and playing first base. Tyler Stilson is the DH and hitting third, and then Nick Harms, the right fielder, bats cleanup. At second base, it's Franco Alonso, and he's batting fifth. The center fielder is Matt Trout in the sixth spot. Logan Andreyko playing left field and batting seventh. Calvin Gelly gets his second straight start. He's batting eighth and playing third. And then Nate Arterbrown rounds out the lineup. He'll bat ninth. Jackson Brewer making his first start of the year. We'll tell you more about him in the bottom of the inning. Defensively for Swarthmore, first baseman is Zach Kahn. Second baseman Nathaniel Kittredge. The shortstop is Max Rothwarg. And the third baseman is Easton Tolson. In the outfield, left fielder is Benjamin Buckman. Center fielder Lior Kedar. The right fielder is Aiden Sullivan. Catching is Wilson Hensey. And on the mound is Liam Alpern, who will take the hill with an 0-1 record and a 9.31 ERA and delivers a first pitch strike to Jack Anderson as we are underway in the final game of the Spartan Southern Classic of 2025. Alpern making his fourth start of the season. He's thrown 9 2/3 innings, given up 10 hits, 10 runs, 10 earned runs, 11 runs total as Anderson wastes that one, and the count goes to 0-2. He has struck out 11 in 9 2/3 innings. He's walked 7, though. Opponents hitting .250 against Alpern this year. Here's the 0-2. And foul tip back by Anderson. Count stays at 0-2. Alpern, who wears number 45, a left-handed pitcher. The Spartans have seen their share of lefties over the course of this tournament. Here's the 0-2. Ground ball, third base, and it gets past the catcher and down the line. Or pardon me, the third baseman and down the line, and that'll be an infield single to start the game for Jack Anderson. So Anderson on at first, Camphausen the batter. Camphausen hitting at .396. He's got 7 home runs, 17 RBIs. Yet to homer here in Lexington, hoping to pick one up before the team heads north to Marietta. First pitch is down and in, ball 1. Again, the third start of the year for Alpern. He went 5 1/3 against Berry, allowed 2 runs on 5 hits. That back on February 21st. On February 28th, 3 runs on 2 hits in 2 1/3 innings against Stockton. Count evens 1-1 on Dane. And then against Baldwin Wallace, back on Saturday, he went 2 innings, allowed 6 runs, 4 earned on 3 hits and a walk. 1-1 offering from Alpern to Camphausen. Nope, throw over to first. Now Camphausen, chopper to third, another chance for Tolston to second for 1, on to first, in time, 5-4-3 double play turned by the infield for Swarthmore, and there are 2 gone quickly. 2 outs now, and Tyler Stilson will be the batter. Stilson picked up the win with a really strong start yesterday. Also went 1 for 5 at the plate as a designated hitter. Had an RBI double and a run scored in the game. Batting here with the bases empty and 2 away in the first, and it's called first strike to Stilson, 0-1. Now the 0-1. And Stilson fouls that off. It's 0-2. So Alpern a chance to work a quick first inning here. About to throw his 10th pitch. He's ahead in the count, 0-2 on Stilson with 2 away and the bases empty. Here's the 0-2. That one lined up the middle. It's a base hit. So Tyler Stilson keeps racking up the hits. He starts his day off with a single, and that'll put a runner on for the red-hot Nick Harms. Harms has been absolutely torching the baseball since coming down to South Carolina. Let's see if he can keep it going here. He's batting .565 with 3 home runs and 13 RBIs over the last 5 games for the Spartans. 7 extra base hits as he falls behind 0-1. Overall for the season, he's batting at .372 with 3 home runs and a team-high 17 runs batted in. Lefty-lefty matchup here. Pitch on the way from Alpern, and Harms hits it foul down the first baseline, and he's behind in the count 0-2. As good as Harms has swung the bat, what has maybe been even more impressive is his base running over the last few days. He has just been unbelievably fun to watch on the base paths, aggressive but smart. It's been a tremendous tournament for Harms. As that one in the dirt gets away, and that will allow Stilson to move up. He takes a big turn at second, but will retreat. So 1-2 now on Harms with the runner in scoring position. He has a chance to give the Spartans an early lead here with a base hit. Here's the 1-2. And that's in the dirt and gets away, and Stilson will move up another 90 feet. So 2-2 now, the count on Harms. Alpern trying to get through the inning without the run crossing the plate. Dangerous hitter here in Harms. It is a lefty-lefty matchup as Alpern sets on the mound and delivers, and Harms fouls that back. Count stays at 2-2. Here's the 2-2 offering. That popped up. Third base side. Tolson over, but he'll run out of room. And the count stays at 2-2. Well, if nothing else, a good job here by Stilson and Harms to prolong this inning, make Alpern work a little bit harder. Alpern working on 4 days rest. My guess is that Swarthmore will start Alpern here, but they also have the opportunity to go to one of their better starters, as that's a called strike 3. Harms down looking. I would imagine Noah Potholman option for some point in this game, but so far so good for Alpern, who works a scoreless first, and we'll move along into the bottom of the inning as the Garnet will come up to bat for the first time today. Let's go ahead and get you the batting order for Swarthmore. Leor Kedar will be leading off and playing center field. Aiden Sullivan bats second and plays right field. Matthew Silvestri will be the designated hitter and batting third. And then Benjamin Buckman, the left fielder, in the cleanup spot. Zach Kahn at first base. He'll bat fifth. Nathaniel Kittredge, the second baseman, bats sixth. Max Rothwarg, the shortstop, in the seventh spot. Easton Tolson playing third base and batting eighth. And then Wilson Henze, the catcher, will bat ninth. For the Spartans defensively, Dane Camphausen at first. Second baseman is Franco Alonso. The shortstop is Nate Arterburn. And over at third is Calvin Gelly, his second straight start at third base. In the outfield, Logan Andraco back out in left today. It'll be Matt Trout in center, and over and right is Nick Harms. Doing the catching, Jack Anderson. On the mound is Jackson Brewer, the right-handed pitcher out of Greenville, South Carolina. Jackson, through 3 appearances, all out of the bullpen, has gone 6 2/3 innings. He's given up just 3 hits and 2 runs for a 2.70 ERA. He has walked 9, struck out 6, and opponents hitting 136 against him this year. Jackson making his second appearance of the tournament. His first one came against Swarthmore back on the first day. He went 3 2/3 innings in relief of Kyle Geerding, gave up 3 hits, 3 walks, struck out 2, did not allow a run, and was a really good effort from the Spartan bullpen in that first meeting. So Brewer ready to get going. Leor Kedar will be the first batter of the inning. Kedar, the first-year player, hitting at .320 on the year with a home run and 9 runs batted in. First pitch fastball from Brewer misses in, and it's 1-0. Brewer has been walking more hitters than he normally or has in past seasons this year. Normally he's very accurate around the plate. That one's fouled off. He's a strike thrower typically. Brewer, again, those 3 appearances out of the bullpen this year, has allowed 1 earned run or less, 1 run or less in all 3 appearances. But he's also walked 3 in each appearance. On the outside corner, it's a called strike, and the count goes to 1-2 on Kedar. Now the 1-2. And just off that outside corner, 2-2. Here's the 2-2. Swung on, foul down the third baseline. Count stays at 2-2. Final game of the tournament. These are the only 2 teams left. Everyone else is departed. And that'll be ball 4. So the leadoff walk issued yesterday. The Spartans, Tyler Stilson, walked the leadoff hitter of the game, and that was the only walk the Spartans issued the entire game. So again, similar situation to yesterday. Kedar drew the leadoff walk yesterday, and again, that was it. And probably no coincidence that the Spartans only allowed 1 other run the rest of the day. That one bunted down the third baseline. Gelly with it. The throw to first is a little late, and an infield bunt single for Sullivan, and 2 batters in. There are 2 runners on against Brewer. So 2 on, nobody out. Batter at the plate is Matthew Silvestri. He squares to bunt. He gets that one down the third baseline. Another chance for Gelly, who this time will make the throw to first. A more routine play there on a sacrifice bunt by Silvestri, and there'll be 2 in scoring position with 1 away now. And Ben Buckman will be the batter. Buckman hitting at .292 on the year, 2 home runs and 8 runs batted in. Spartans pull the infield in on the corners, as that one's fouled back, 0-1. See if Brewer can buckle down here. No pun intended with Buckman at the plate. That went off the outside corner. It's a 1-1 count on Buckman. Swarthmore doesn't play again until next Tuesday. So again, I could see a situation where they tag team this game, as that misses outside, with their top 2 starters in Alpern Podholm, who are both on full rest. Zach Pothoff pitched yesterday, their top option out of the bullpen. Has a swing and a miss, and the count goes to 2-2. Two from Brewer with first base open. Runners on second and third and 1 away. That one wasted foul. Count stays at 2-2. Buckman, the left-handed hitting. Today, left fielder. We've seen him catch as well. He caught yesterday's game. Today, Wilson Hensey getting the chance behind the plate for Swarthmore. A little low. Count goes full, 3-2. And you can make a competitive pitch here if you're Brewer. You don't want to just lay one in there trying to get a strike here. With first base open. Here's the 3-2 offering. And that's low, ball 4. So that'll load him up with 1 away. For Zach Kahn. Kahn hitting out of the 5 spot. Another lefty in the lineup for Swarthmore. He's batting at .238 on the season. No home runs, 5 runs batted, and all 10 of his hits have been singles. But an RBI opportunity for him here with the bases loaded and 1 away. First pitch from Brewer. Ground ball hit towards short, and it's through for a base hit. That should score 2. Picked up and left by Andraco. Both Sullivan and Kedar across the plate. And it's a 2-0 Swarthmore lead early. So Kahn coming through. He drives in 2. For the first 5 hitters have reached against Brewer. Looks like the Spartan bullpen is going to maybe get up and throwing early here today. That one in the dirt, gets away from Anderson. He can't find it. Brewer tracks it down, but it'll be a wild pitch, and quickly, once again, 2 runners are in scoring position for Swarthmore with 1 away. This will be Nathaniel Kittredge at the plate. So Swarthmore a chance to get out to an early lead here, or extend an early lead. Called strike to Kittredge, and it's 1-1. Next pitch will be the 20th of the inning for Brewer, who has allowed 2 runs on 2 hits and 2 walks so far. Eric Colgrove has gotten up in the bullpen for the Spartans, and it's begun to throw. Swing and a miss. Good change up there. Might have been a curve. Either way, Kittredge swings over the top of it, and the count goes to 1-2. Big out here for Brewer to try to get. Second and third, 1 away. Already a 2-run lead for Swarthmore. That ball grounded down the third baseline, foul. Count stays at 1-2. Spartans keeping the infield back here in the first inning. We've seen Matt Englander be aggressive at times, as that one's fouled away. Kittredge stays alive. Kittredge hitting at .289, a double, a triple, 7 runs batted in for him this season. There's the 1-2 from Brewer. Ground ball hit towards second. That'll get a run in. Scooped by Alonso, who throws to first to get the out, and there's 2 gone. Kittredge drives in Buckman from third with that. Kahn goes to third on the play. There'll be 2 outs, and it's now 3-0 Swarthmore. Max Rothward will be the batter trying to extend the inning. Rothward hitting a .234 for the season. He's 11 of 47, including a double and a triple. He's driven in 11. That is a team high as he takes a called first strike, 0-1. And a called strike 2, and it's quickly 0-2. Some heavy lifting this inning for Jackson Brewer, who is 25 pitches deep into his day already. His 26th pitch of the game upcoming. Here's the 0-2. And that's somewhere missed for ball 1, 1-2. It looked awfully close to being called strike 3, but the pitch taken, and it's 1-2. Now the 1-2 from Brewer to Rothward. And that's on the outside corner, a called strike 3, and that might have been a bit of a makeup call there as Brewer gets the called strike 3 on a pitch off that outside corner, and that'll end the inning. So 3 runs, though, for Swarthmore on 2 hits, no errors, and a man left on. The Spartans have some work to do as they come up in the second, down 3-0. It'll be Alonso, Trout, and Andraco set to lead off the frame for the Spartans when we come back. A solid first inning for Swarthmore, who got a scoreless frame from Liam Alpern, and then in the bottom of the inning put 3 on the board, and now the Spartans will try to go to work here in the second. Down 3 runs in the rubber match of the 3 games here at the tournament between the Spartans and the Garnet. Franco Alonso set to get things going for the Spartans. Alonso leading the team this season with a .436 batting average coming into the play today. He has 17 hits and 39 at-bats, including 5 doubles, 2 home runs. He's driven in 8. And the first pitch misses outside to Alonso, 1-0. Alonso picking up right where he left off last season when he had a tremendous first year for the Spartans. Right back at it here during his second graduate student year. So that one's fouled back, 1-1. Alonso, the graduate student transfer from Cornell. Where he did not play much for the Big Red, but has been a tremendous player the last 2 years for the Spartans. 1-1 pitch catches that outside corner for a strike, and it's 1-2. A much better start today for Alpern, who struggled against Baldwin Wallace, and a 9-8 Baldwin Wallace win to begin the tournament. That's down and in, 2-2. In that start, Alpern pitched 2 innings, gave up 3 hits and a walk, allowed 6 runs though, 5 of them earned. Did strike out 3. Is 2-2 to Alonso. Down low, full count 3-2. Again, use the phrase that he's pitching on normal rest, but really for a college pitcher, 4 days is not necessarily normal rest, or at least not normal for them. Down low, ball 4, and Alonso draws the walk to lead off the second. So for the second straight inning, the Spartans have the leadoff man on. And now Matt Trout will step to the plate. Trout has looked like a different hitter at the plate the last 3 games or so, where he has been much more patient. He walked 4 times against Ithaca 2 days ago, yesterday, and his only at-bat was hit by a pitch. And to quote Thomas Downs from the dugout, this guy hasn't had an at-bat in a couple days now. 1-0 on Trout, who's the pickoff attempt down to first. Alonso takes his lead off the base. He has 3 stolen bases on as many tries this year. Not moving on that pitch, as that's well behind the hitter. And moving up to second is Alonso on the 3rd wild pitch of the game thrown by Alpern. Alpern came into today with just 1 wild pitch on the season. But again, that is his 3rd wild pitch of the game already. So 2-0 now on Trout. That misses, 3-0. So Trout settling back in. Sun's starting to peek out from behind some of the clouds here as the morning, what is it called? The marine layer fades away. I don't know if it's quite the marine layer over here, but it's the old San Francisco fog that rolls in the morning. 3-1 the count, nobody out as Trout takes strike 1, the 3-1 from Alpern. And it's outside, ball 4, and it's another really good at-bat from Trout, who continues to be patient at the plate. For Trout, he's batting at .211, but his on-base percentage is up at about .400 now for the year. And again, that's big for Trout, who when he has struggled this year, it's been because he's been a bit of a wild swinger, but certainly not the case here the last few games. And now Logan Andreyko will be the batter with 2 on, nobody out. We'll see if he's looking to lay one down here and advance the runners. No signs of bunting there as he takes the first pitch down the middle for a strike, 0-1. He might have been taking for a strike, although again with Gelly, who's an inexperienced hitter behind him, and Nate Arterburn, who, while showing some signs of improvement at the plate, is not exactly a run producer. May let Andreyko take a shot here. No, here comes the bunt. That's in the dirt. Throw goes back to first, and a nice job by the second baseman Kittredge to keep Trout close as the count goes to 1-1. Kittredge had to get back there. It's looks like they're running the wheel play on the infield where essentially the entire middle infield shifts to cover the right side with the first baseman charging in on a bunt play. And so that one bunted up in the air and it'll land foul. So 1-2 on Andreyko, who will get a chance to swing away now. It'll also likely alleviate some of the infield mechanics that we've seen on the last few pitches. That wheel play was a favorite of Bobby Valentine back in the day, the old Mets and Texas Rangers manager. Used to love to put that on defensively. 1-2. Foul back, and the count stays at 1-2. 3-0 score. Swarthmore is leading, but the Spartans have a chance to get some runs on the board after 2 walks to start the inning. Nobody out. The runner is Alonso is at second. Trout is at first. And Andreyko, a .297 hitter at the plate. 1-2 to Andreyko. That's behind him, and did it hit him? No, just missed him. 2-2. Hit batsman has been an issue for Alpern. 8 through 9 2/3 innings this season. Seen him throw behind a hitter already. 2-2 on the way. Fastball just outside, and the count full, 3-2. So full count here. We'll see if the runners are in motion. Pretty good speed on the base pass with Alonso, the lead runner, and Trout behind him. The payoff pitch coming from Alpern. And a look back, a throw back to second. It's a good check on the runner there by Alpern. Now the 3-2. Runners go, and a swing and a miss, strike 3. The throw goes down to second and goes into center field. And coming in to score on the play is Alonso. It'll go as a double steal and an error on the throw, a strikeout at the plate. The error on the throw that allows Alonso to score. And the Spartans on the board. It is now 3-1. So 1 out, runner in scoring position for Calvin Gelly, who's looking for his first collegiate hit. He's 0 for 6 to start his career. Getting his second straight start at third with Stilson as the DH today. And a called strike, 0-1. Gelly out of St. Louis. Breaking ball misses outside, 1-1 the count. Alpern having to work much harder here in the second. Up to 37 pitches now, 22 have been strikes. Looked very sharp in the first, a little less sharp here in the second inning. Here's the 1-1. And that one's fouled back, 1-2. Once again, Alpern out ahead in the count here for the second straight hitter. Here's the 1-2 on the way to Gelly. Breaking ball outside, 2-2. Seems like the big hurdle for Alpern is control over that breaking pitch. Here's the 2-2 now to Gelly. With one out and a runner at second. And that ball hit in the air, center field. Kedar has it lined up, puts it away for the out. Trout tags, draws a throw, but then retreats to second. And with two gone, Trout will hold there. So 2 outs now in the second inning. And Nate Arterburn will be the batter. Arterburn hitting at 200 for the year. Has a big RBI opportunity with 2 outs. And he may take advantage of it. That ball sent to right, but it will hang up just long enough for the right fielder Sullivan to pull it in for the final out of the inning. The Spartans get a run, leave one stranded. It's 3-1 as we move along into the second inning. Tolson, Hensey, and Kedar will be up when we return for Swarthmore in the bottom of the second. Jackson Brewer out for his second inning of work. Gave up 3 runs in the first. We'll try to settle things in here for inning number 2 as the Spartans down 2 to begin the bottom of the second. 3-1 the score. Brewer gave up 2 hits, 2 walks in the frame. That resulted in the 2 runs. Brewer's 3 outings this season. He's walked 3 and struck out 2 in all 3. And so after 1 inning, he's got 2 walks and 1 strikeout down. See what he could do here. First pitch on the way to the 8-hitter, Easton Tolson. That'll miss for ball 1, 1-0 the count. Now the 1-0 pitch. Swing and a miss at a fastball, 1-1. Brewer threw 27 pitches in his first inning. In the air, center field. That's Trout who has it lined up, and he puts it away for the first out of the inning as Brewer's starting to settle in. So Tolson retired, and that'll now bring up Wilson Hensey, the catcher. Hensey making his 9th start behind the plate. He's batting at 190, 4 for 21 on the season with 6 runs, 1 RBI. Has 1 extra base hit among his 4 hits this season. It was a double. Fouls back the first pitch, 0-1. Fastball up and in that time, 1-1 the count. Working from the stretch with the bases empty as that ball shot down the line and right but foul. And the count goes to 1-2. Spartans are 4-1 so far in the tournament. The only game they dropped was the opening contest to Swarthmore. And a swing and a miss, strike 3. Brewer with 2 quick outs here in the second. So back to the top of the lineup now. Lior Kadar will be the batter. Kadar walked and came around to score a run his first time up. Same thing that he did yesterday to lead off the game. First pitch. Swing and a miss when chasing a pitch off that outside corner, and it's 0-1. That ball hit in the air, deep towards left, but charging in now will be Andraco on a sky-high fly ball. Brewer picks up the third out of the inning, and it's a 1-2-3 frame for Brewer, who sat down 5 in a row since allowing those 3 runs. No runs, no hits, no errors, no one left on. Top of the order for the Spartans in the third. Anderson, Camphausen, and Stilson when we come back. Welcome back again as Case Western Reserve trailing 3-1 as we head into the top of the third. John Schwartz here bringing you play-by-play coverage of today's game, the final game of the Spartan Southern Classic. Case Western Reserve is going to head up to Marietta. Currently scheduled to play a single game on Friday, tomorrow, against Wittenberg, and then 2 on Saturday, Johnson and Wales and Marietta. As Jack Anderson first pitch swinging, skies one deep to right center field. Kedar has it lined up, and 1 pitch went out here in the third as Anderson retired. I'll bring Dane Camphausen to the plate with the bases empty and 1 away. Camphausen grounded into a 5-4-3 double play in the first inning. Weather tomorrow in Marietta is supposed to be beautiful. A chance of rain on Saturday, although it's looking a little bit better as Dane Camphausen sends that one high in the air behind short. Shortstop Rothwarg is back to get it, and he makes the... No, he drops it. Camphausen going for second, and he's safe. That'll be a 2-base error on the shortstop. Camphausen able to get to second, so he'll be at second with one away. It was a high fly ball, but the shortstop Rothwarg had settled underneath it. And one he should have had, so as it drops in, Camphausen at second now, and Stilson, who has a base hit today, one of the two for the Spartans, will be the batter. In fact, his hit was the last hit that the Spartans picked up. That came back with 2 outs in the first. Stilson swings and misses at the first pitch. It's 0-1. Now the 0-1. And foul back, 0-2. Stilson out of Chapel Hill, North Carolina. I was told, and I didn't realize this, but, you know, obviously Tyler and Zach Barnes both went to the same high school, but Sean Donahue, who grew up in nearby Durham, nearby to Chapel Hill, as the count goes to 1-2, actually played with both Tyler and Zach in high school. And I think one of the reasons why you saw Sean catch yesterday is that he's been catching Tyler for a number of years now. The 1-2, that one in the air, high fly ball down the left field line. Coming in is the left fielder, and making the catch in left is Buckman for the out. Camphausen retreats. There have been some towering fly balls in this one. Speaking of towering fly balls, here comes Nick Harms, who struck out looking in the first inning, but is as hot as anybody this week. Harms now hitting at .364 for the season. First pitch, fastball in the inside corner at the knees, 0-1. Now the 0-1 pitch. And that one gets away. He'll go all the way to the backstop, and Camphausen will move up on a wild pitch. Well, for the Spartans, if you want to chip away at the lead, here's a good run to try to get right now. You've got your hottest hitter at the plate and a runner 90 feet away with 2 outs. And if you're Alpern here, you have to pitch carefully to Harms, who could tie this game with 1 swing. That one grounded over to second. Fielded there by Kittredge. His throw to first in time to get the out. And Camphausen left stranded at third. No runs, no hits, an error, and a man left on. 3-1 the score as we go to the bottom of the third. Sullivan, Silvestri, and Buckman due up when we return. Spartans with a 3-1 deficit here as Swarthmore comes to bat in their half of the third. Sullivan, Silvestri, and Buckman due up. Aiden Sullivan singled in his first at bat. He's hitting a .373 now on the season. Face Jackson Brewer for the second time today, and the first pitch breaking ball misses off that outside corner, 1-0. Brewer settling in. He's retired 5 straight after giving up 3 runs in the first. And a swing and a miss there by Sullivan, and the count goes to 1-1. Two and 1 the count. Brewer, the senior right-hander for the Spartans, has seen his role increase as his career has gone on. That one taken on the outside corner. Low, and the count goes full, 3-2. 41 pitches now for Brewer in the game. Here's his 3-2 to Sullivan, and it's fouled off. Came inside on that, and Sullivan dribbles it foul down the first baseline. Armand Ortiz is in the bullpen for the Spartans, throwing. 3-2. That went in the air deep down the line and right, and that will tail off. Foul. Not by much. That was hit a long way by Sullivan. So the 3-2 pitch. And it's down low, ball 4. Second time today that Brewer has issued a leadoff walk to a Swarthmore hitter. Sullivan a threat to run. He's stolen 5 bases on 5 tries this year. And on the bases was Silvestri at the plate as he swings and misses, 0-1. Silvestri grounded out to third in his first at bat. Now the 0-1. And the dirt gets away. Sullivan will move up 90 feet to second base. Outside corner for a strike. And the count goes to 1-2. Spartans down 2, 3-1 the score. Brewer trying to keep it at a 2-run gap. Has a runner at second and nobody out here in the third. Here's the pitch. That ball into the air deep towards right, going back is Harms, but has it lined up. He'll make the catch for the out. Tagging from second is Sullivan. The throw comes in, not in time. And a productive out for Silvestri, who moves Sullivan up 90 feet to third base with 1 out. And now Benjamin Buckman will be the hitter. Buckman, .292 hitter on the year, drew a walk and scored a run his first time up against Brewer. Hitting here with 1 out and a runner at third. Foul tips the first pitch back, 0-1. One's down low, 1-1 the count. That's in there for a called strike. 1-2. One and two, one away, runner at third, the pitch. Down and in, 2-2. This would be a big one for Brewer to try to see if he could get a strikeout here of Buckman. Keep that runner at third with 2 away if possible. Here's the 2-2 from Brewer. And that's in there, a called strike 3. Nice pitch, broke it right in on the hands of Buckman, who takes it for a called strike 3, and that is a big strikeout for Jackson. It's his 3rd strikeout of the game. And with 2 outs now, it falls on Zach Kahn, who had a big hit in the first inning, a single through the left side of the infield that drove in 2 runs. That one in the dirt and blocked nicely by Jack Anderson, and it's a 1-0 count. Ground ball, second base. Takes a tough hop, but Alonso fields it. His throw is a little low, but Camphausen able to get it, and that will end the inning, and Sullivan left stranded at third. So good job by Brewer to pitch around the leadoff walk. We move along to the 4th. It's 3-1. Swarthmore leading. The Spartans coming to bat. Alonso, Trout, and Andreyko when we return. Franco Alonso leading things off for the Spartans here as we begin the top of the 4th. Alonso walked and came around to score the only run of the game for the Spartans his last time up. I believe for Alonso it was a walk, a couple wild pitches, and then an errant throw that allowed him to cross the plate. Here's the 0-1. Liam Alpern, meanwhile, on the mound, has worked around some traffic, but otherwise has been really good. He's given up 2 hits. He has walked 2. Other than that, he's been solid. That ball hit hard towards the gap. That'll get through for a base hit. So Franco Alonso keeps on hitting. Another base hit for Franco, who's leading the team with that .436 average coming into play today. And that'll bump up a few more points as Matt Trout will come to the plate with nobody out and a runner on. Trout continuing this stretch of just quality at bats. Drew another walk his last time up. He is really just locked in on the strike zone, and again, that's a big step in his evolution as a hitter. He's always been a bit of a free swinger, so really encouraging him to see in the last 3 games now draw 5 walks and get hit by a pitch. That one fouled off by Trout, I believe, for strike 1. The umpire rubbing up a baseball and bringing it out to Alpern to give the catcher, Hensey, a chance to recover. I think he got hit by that foul tip. Oh, 1 count on Trout. Runner at first is Franco Alonso. The pickoff move there. Not quite the same level of pickoff that we saw yesterday from Joshua Ranke, the other left-handed starter from Swarthmore. That one well outside, 1-1. One up and out, 2-1. And Trout hitting at .211 on the year, but his on-base percentage now is up right around .400 for the season. Plays a great defensive center field. Speedy out there. Tremendous athlete. That ball hit in the air, center field. Kedar giving chase, dives, and he makes the catch for the out. And Leor Kedar, who's played a tremendous defensive center field this entire week, makes another great play out there to take a hit away, and a key hit away from Trout. And there's 1 gone now. Again, Kedar continuing to impress. A first-year player, but he knows what he's doing out there in center field. Alonso back. He stole his 5th base of the season earlier. That leads all Spartans. Strike on Andreyko. It's an 0-1 count. Here's the 0-1 to Andreyko. Squares the bunt, pulls it back, takes it down low. Ball 1, 1-1. Being careful with Alonso out at first. He now takes a little bit of a bigger lead. Not running. That one swung on grounded foul by Andreyko, and the count goes to 1-2. Andreyko struck out swinging in his last at-bat. A little bit of a struggle down here for Logan, who's trying to get back on track. 2-2 the count. Spartans have trailed since the bottom of the first when Swarthmore scored 3. Outside, 3-2. In the first 2 innings of the 3 games against the Spartans, Swarthmore has now scored 15 runs. They've scored just 16 total against Case Western Reserve. So a lot of their damage has been done early, as Andrago doing a nice job to draw the walk there. There's 2 on and 1 away. Alper now up to 63 pitches. That's his 3rd walk issued today. 2 on, 1 away for Calvin Gelly, who flew out to center field on a hard hit ball his last time up. That pitch is down low, ball 1 to Gelly. Gelly, the 3rd baseman, a first-year player, making his 2nd straight start at the position. Big opportunity for him here to try to keep the line moving with 2 on and 1 away. Alonso at second and Draco at first. The pitch. And he fouls it back, takes a cut at an inside fastball, and that evens the count 1-1. Alpern's 1-1 offering. Outside corner for a strike. Alonso is way off the bag. He'll have to dive back in. It's now 1-2 on Gelly. So Gelly awaits the 1-2, trying to get another run across for the Spartans. Here's the 1-2 offering from Alpern. Swung on, fouled away. Count stays 1-2. Another 1-2 pitch coming from Alpern. He rocks and delivers. And Gelly hits out of the air, shallow right, diving quickly, and it drops down for a base hit. Alonso rounds the corner. He'll try the score. The throw is up the line, and he's safe. First career hit for Calvin Gelly, and the first career RBI for Gelly as well comes in a big spot as the Spartans get back within a run. It's 3-2. Congratulations to Gelly. And more importantly, I think for everyone, a big run there for the Spartans. We're now a swing away from pulling even in this one with 1 out, and Nate Arterburn coming to the plate. Arterburn, another hard hit ball his last time up to right field. He is starting to heat up a bit of the plate, taking some better cuts after struggling a bit early on in the campaign. He's hitting a 195 now, 8 for his first 41. Pitch to Arterburn. Swing and a miss at a changeup. He was ramping up on a fastball. Read the wrong pitch, and it goes to 0-1. Looks like someone is up and throwing in the bullpen as another one fouled away, and it's 0-2. They are hiding behind the electric sign, it appears. It's tough to see who that is. There are 2 mounds out there in the home bullpen, and one of them is obstructed. As foul tipped into the catcher's glove, strike 3. So Arterburn down swinging, and Now big at bat for Jack Anderson, who will come to the plate with 2 outs and 2 on. Anderson 1 for 2 in this one, singled in the first and then flew out to center field to start the 3rd inning on the first pitch he saw from Alpern. Anderson batting at .319 on the season. First pitch. And it's a called strike, 0-1. Anderson up to 245 career hits, 246 including the one earlier today. 1-1 the count as he takes that down and in. The 1-1 offering. Nice curveball in that outside corner. Backdoor breaking pitch. Freezes Anderson, and it's 1-2. Here's the 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and Anderson down swinging. That'll end the inning. Alpern allows a run, but works out of any additional trouble. The Spartans get back within a run, though. It's 3-2 as we move to the bottom of the 4th. Kittredge, Rothwarg, and Tolson due up when we return. Bottom of the 4th coming up. 3-2 the score. The Spartans trailing Swarthmore in this one. 6, 7, and 8 in the order for Swarthmore to face Jackson Brewer for the 2nd time today. Nathaniel Kittredge leading things off, hitting at .283 on the season. And an RBI ground out his first time up and takes a called first strike from Brewer, 0-1. Brewer allowed 3 runs in the first inning, has held Swarthmore scoreless each of the last 2. Swing and a miss, and now it's 0-2 on Kittredge. For Kittredge, the RBI was his 8th of the season. Here's the 0-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3, 3-pitch strikeout for Jackson Brewer for the first out of the 4th. So Brewer has really settled in nicely. Has not allowed a hit since the first inning. It's a little bit of a similar game to what we saw yesterday, where Tyler Stilson, who again had probably the best outing of a Spartan this season, probably right alongside that Archer Stankowski start against Heidelberg. Called strike, 1-1 on Rothward. But similar start to yesterday for Stilson, who gave up 2 runs early and allowed just 1 the rest of the way. Called strike on the outside corner. And by the way, in addition to Stilson, great to see the outing that Zach Carinci had yesterday. His first save in almost 3 years, as he looked great on the mound. And one swung on and fouled off, and the count stays at 1-2. But, you know, it's a good lesson that if you can throw strikes, you can get outs typically at this level. That ball grounded down the third base side, and it might have gone off his foot. They're going to throw it to first. Camphausen has it. He's going to step on the bag, and he's out. Well, there's no argument here from the coach at the moment. They're going to talk to the umpire in the field. I think that Rothward thought he fouled that off his foot in the batter's box, which is why he didn't run. The ball then rolled and stayed fair. Gelly picked it up and threw it to first base with Rothward still not running. Yeah, and so the home plate umpire is saying he didn't see it. They asked the umpire in the field. He said he didn't see it, and so it'll be the second out of the inning. So good job by the Spartans to complete the play and get the second out of the inning. And now Easton Tolson will be the batter. 0 for 1, grounds that one to second, and it gets through for a base hit. Alonso just couldn't quite get his glove on that one. That'll be just the third hit allowed by Brewer today, the first since the opening inning. And it will allow Swarthmore to clear the bottom of their lineup at the very least, with Wilson Henze, the catcher, coming up. Henze hitting 182 on the year. Struck out swinging in his first at bat. Takes the first pitch up high for ball 1. (3-2) the score. Bottom of the 4th inning, Swarthmore batting. Check down to first, with Tolson over there. Tolson yet to attempt to steal this season. Brewer quick to the plate and delivers one on the outside corner for a strike, 1-1. Eric Colgrove has started to warm again. This might be the last inning for Brewer regardless. That ball hit in the air over to second base. Alonso there makes the catch, and the inning is over. So a runner left stranded for Swarthmore, and we'll move to the 5th. 3-2 the score. It'll be Camphausen, Stilson, and Harms. 2, 3, and 4 in the Spartans lineup. Some pop there as Case Western Reserve comes to bat in the 5th inning. 3-2 the score. Swarthmore leading when we come back. New pitcher on the mound will be Ezra Schwartz. No relation for Swarthmore. Get you some numbers on him in a sec. He's wearing number 30 today, normally number 48. He'll face Dane Camphausen here and delivers the first pitch ball, 1-0. Swing and a miss from Camphausen, and it's 1-1. Fifth inning, Spartans down a run. Camphausen lines that one the opposite way, and that'll get down for extra bases. It's up against the wall. Camphausen's going to dig for second. Here comes the throw. It's cut off. And Camphausen dives in with a double. Second double of the year for Camphausen. It's the second time he's been on base today. And the Spartans have the potential game-tying run in scoring position, with nobody out here for Tyler Stilson, who's 1 for 2. Schwartz has been very good this year. A first year out of New York, Bronx Science High School. One of the elite academic schools in New York City. I was a Townsend Harris guy myself, but no hard feelings for Ezra Schwartz. He's making his 4th appearance of the year. The previous 3 have been starts. He's gone 7 innings, allowed just 1 unearned run on 2 hits and 2 walks with 3 strikeouts. That one misses outside. 2-1 on Stilson. Tyler Stilson trying to even the score. Camphausen at second. And a swing and a miss at a curveball. Count goes to 2-2. Pitch from Schwartz. That one hit softly towards third. Tolson fields it on a hop, throws on to first, going to third. Some good base running there by Dane Camphausen. And Camphausen now the tying run 90 feet away for Nick Harms. Harms is 0 for 2 in this one. A strikeout looking and a ground out. And again, Harms red hot at the plate, and an opportunity here to even the score, even with an out. Camphausen the runner at third, and Dane limping a little bit at third base, and the trainer, Shelby Archibald, has come out to take a look. He's kind of taking a few steps there, and he's going to have to come out of the game. Oh boy, that is rough for the Spartans, as Camphausen is going to have to come out. There's a pinch runner. Let's see who that is. I believe that's Tommy Moonen, number 11. And boy, that is a tough break for the Spartans. Well, let's see if the Spartans can collect themselves here and get the run, as Moonen takes his lead off third. First pitch is down low, ball 1, 1-0. Another one just off the plate, 2-0. So, Alpern, no chance for a win in this one after only going 4. That ball hit in the air towards left center field, and it's down for extra bases. Moonen will score from third. Harms pulls into second as he remains the hottest bat in Lexington. It's a game-tying RBI double for Nick Harms and the Spartans. Even the score, it's 3-3. So a good job by Case Western Reserve, bouncing back in this one after trailing 3-0 at one point. And that'll bring Franco Alonso to the plate to bat here with the potential go-ahead run now in scoring position at second base. Breaking ball misses outside to Alonso, 1-0. Franco has been on base twice, walked and scored a run in the second, singled and scored a run in the fourth. Here's the 1-0 to Alonso. Outside, 2-0. Alonso, again, anyone other than Nick Harms, has been one of the hotter hitters on this team. Called strike on the outside corner, 2-1. Harms takes his lead from second. And on the outside corner, good pitch from Schwartz. It's 2-2. Schwartz getting the signs and then checking his wristband. Now the 2-2. Harms dancing off the base as Alonso fouls that one off. That's something that Harms has been doing really well here this week. It's that secondary lead that he's been taking. You'll see Harms kind of take that first lead and then do a little bounce towards third, and if he reads that well, he's going to go. But watching Nick Harms run the bases this whole week has just been a joy. He's been doing so many things well since making the trip south, and hopefully that is a good omen for things to come. That'll be the first charged mound meeting against Swarthmore as the second baseman Kittredge came in to talk to Schwartz, who was allowed the first run of his collegiate career. Now it's a 2-2 count on Alonso with a runner at second and one away. And the breaking pitch is in the dirt for a ball, 3-2. Three-two pitch. Swung on, grounded towards third. Tolson with it, looks the runner back, unleashes the throw to first, and gets it there in time for the second out of the inning. Harms stays at second, and 2 outs now for Matt Trout, who will be the batter. Trout 0 for 1 with a walk and a fly out to center, hitting at 200 on the season now. An RBI opportunity for Trout, who has driven in 2 this year. First pitch from Schwartz. Down low, ball 1. In the dirt again, 2-0. Spartans trying to take the lead. They were down 3-0, but single runs in the second, fourth, and fifth innings have evened the score. That one's up and out, ball 3. Gets away from the catcher, Henze, but he tracks it down. Logan Andraco is out on deck. Drew a walk in his last trip to the plate. Logan will be excited to face a righty here. Something that the Spartans haven't done a lot this weekend. It's been a lot of lefties against them. That'll be ball 4. So Trout draws the walk, and that'll put 2 on and 2 away for Andreyko, who's 0 for 1 with the walk and a strikeout as well. Great speed out on the base paths. And we'll get a meeting on the mound here as the pitching coach for Swarthmore will head out to have a talk with his first-year pitcher. Trout the runner at first, Harms at second. So again, really good speed for Andreyko at the plate. You know, the Spartans have been on the cusp a couple of times today of some big innings, but just haven't been able to come through. A chance here for Andreyko. To try to give his team the lead. Spartans are yet to lead in this one. They've out-hit Swarthmore 6-3 in the game. That one foul tipped back. It's 0-1. Runners will go. The throw to third, not in time, and the trailing runner pulls in as well, a double steal. And once again, Nick Harms doing it on the base paths. Another stolen base for Nick. And now 2 in scoring position for Andreyko, who takes ball 1 on that pitch. Well, Nick Harms continuing to impress on the base paths. And a good job behind him by Trout as the trailing runner to get to second base. And now 1-1, and a base hit here could give the Spartans a 2-run lead. Foul tip back, and it's 1-2 on Andreyko. Schwartz trying to prevent any further damage in the inning. A run across already for the Spartans. Here's his 1-2 with 2 away. Down low, 2-2. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Breaking ball stays outside, 3-2. Again, you could be competitive with your pitch selection here if you're Schwartz. With first base open, you've got Calvin Gelly out on deck. 3-2 on the way to Andreyko. That's outside, gets away for ball 4, goes all the way to the backstop, and coming in to score on the play is Harms. And the wild pitch brings across the 4th run of the game for the Spartans, who take a 4-3 lead. So 2 runs here in the 5th for the Spartans. Runners on the corners now with 2 away. And Calvin Gelly will be the batter. You'll see the catcher here, Henze, come out and signal to his infield how they want to handle the situation if Andreyko runs. And this is probably a good situation if you're the Spartans, especially if Gelly gets a strike or 2 to run a first and third play. Not going there is Andreyko as the first pitch up and in, ball 1. Schwartz struggling with his control in this one. 29 pitches now in his first inning of work, just 12 strikes. The 1-0 to Gelly. Down and away, 2-0. Gelly 1 for 2 in this one with an RBI single in his last at bat. That was his first collegiate hit. He's now 1 for 8 on the season. It was his first collegiate run batted in, too. 2-2 on the way. Pardon me, 2-0 is on the way. Down low ball 3, 3-0. And I got to imagine Gelly will be taking all the way here. A, with him being a relatively inexperienced collegiate hitter, and B, the fact that Schwartz has been very wild today. And that's a called strike at the knees. Awfully close to being ball 4 as the count goes to 3-1. You get a little bit more aggressive here now if you're Gelly. Here's his 3-1. And another strike just at the knees, full count 3-2. So Andraco will be in motion here with a 3-2 count and 2 away. And a called strike at the knees. Gelly took 3 in a row that were right at the lower edge of that strike zone. And that will end the inning. So Gelly down looking. We'll move to the bottom of the 5th. The Spartans scored 2 in the frame and take their first lead of the day. It's 4-3. Coming up for Swarthmore. Coming up for Swarthmore this inning, top of the order, Kedar, Sullivan, and Silvestri when we come back. Well, the Spartans will make a defensive change here with Thomas Downs coming in to play first base due to the injury to Dane Camphausen, and certainly everyone will hold their breath on that one and hope Dane is okay. Spartans will also make a change on the mound to bring Eric Colgrove in to pitch, as Case Western Reserve taking the lead in the bottom of the 4th. Pardon me, in the top of the 5th, excuse me. And now we'll turn it over to Colgrove, who will face the top of the order here. Colgrove making his 3rd appearance of the season. He's a freshman out of Los Altos, California. Los Altos High School, 6'2", 165-pound right-handed pitcher, and looked very good against Swarthmore the other day. Through 2 innings, faced the minimum, struck out 4. We'll start things off against Lior Kedar, who is 0 for 1 in the game and takes a called strike, 0-1. Colgrove is making his 3rd appearance of the season. 1 good, 1 bad. We told you about the good. The bad came against Mount Union in the opening game of the year, where he struggled, and so his numbers a little bit inflated after that. An ERA of 18 through his 2 appearances. That includes 2 innings pitched. He didn't make it through an inning in that outing, as that one misses, 2-1. Didn't make it through an inning in the outing against Mount Union. In fact, did not record an out. And so again, those numbers have been inflated, but we'll We'll see what he does here. Another one misses a little low, and it's 3-1. And the key for Colgrove is throwing strikes. He can operate in the strike zone. That's normally a recipe for success. 3-1 offering. Swung on, grounded towards third. Gelly with it. Long throw to first, and Thomas Downs immediately gets tested at first base and digs it out nicely for the first out of the inning. So Gelly gets it over there, and Downs, who has not played a lot over his career. And the first chance he gets makes a really nice play to field that one cleanly. Downs has appeared in just one game previously this year. So Colgrove gets the first out. Will now face Aiden Sullivan with the bases empty and one away. Sullivan's been on base twice, a single and a walk. That ball in the air, center field, deep, going back is Trout, still going back at the wall, leaps, and he makes the catch. Trout jumped and slammed into the wall, but pulled it in to get the second out of the inning, and there's two gone. Great job tracking that one down by Matt Trout. Tremendous defensive play. And with 2 outs now, the bases are empty, and the 3-hitter, Matthew Silvestri, will step to the plate. Silvestri 0 for 2 in the game. A ground out and a fly out to right. Colgrove looking for a 1-2-3 inning here in the bottom of the 5th, with the Spartans leading 4-3. First pitch. That one down low for a ball, 1-0. Bottom of the 5th inning, the Spartans have scored 4 unanswered runs since Swarthmore scored 3 in the bottom of the 1st to take the lead. Jackson Brewer pitched well in his first start of the year. Final line on Brewer: 4 innings, 3 hits, 3 runs, 3 walks, 4 strikeouts. Ground ball hit up the middle. That'll get through for a base hit. Silvestri on with the single. And Benjamin Buckman will now step to the plate with 2 outs and a runner on. Buckman 0 for 1, a walk and a run scored in the first, struck out looking in the third. That was the 4th hit of the game for Swarthmore that Silvestri just picked up. It was the 2nd hit since the 1st inning. Colgrove ready on the mound. His first pitch, just a bit outside for a ball, 1-0. Buckman hitting at .286 this year. Called strike outside corner, 1-1. First, not in time. Swing and a miss. Looked like a changeup on that outer portion of the plate, and it's 1-2. Here's the 1-2 pitch. And it misses for a ball. Throw down to second with the runner going, and he's called safe. Matt Englander wants an explanation on that. over the umpire in the field to see what happened there. It was an awkward play because the runner came in standing up. Not sure if Arterburn got the tag on him or not. Either way, it'll be a 2-2 count with a runner in scoring position, the potential game-tying run for Buckman at the plate. See if Coldgrove can lock down here. Here's the 2-2 offering. Ground ball hit to second, should end the inning. Alonso has it, comes up throwing to first. Downs has it for the out. And the inning is over. A runner left stranded at second base, and we'll move along to the sixth. The Spartans ahead by a run, 4-3 the score. Arterburn, Anderson, and Downs due up when we come back. New pitcher on the mound for Swarthmore will be Noah Podholm. And Podholm, someone the Spartans are well familiar with. Number 33, Podholm, a junior righty out of Washington, D.C., Gonzaga College. Coming out of the bullpen in this one, it will be his first first appearance out of the bullpen this year. He's made 3 starts, going 2-1 with a 5.06 ERA. Through 16 innings, he's allowed 20 hits, 9 runs, but he's walked just 4, struck out 10. So again, a guy that's going to be in the strike zone, and he has historically pitched well against the Spartans. Earlier this week, on Saturday, he went 7 innings in a start against Case Western Reserve and picked up the win in the 9-5 Swarthmore victory. He allowed 9 hits and 2 walks, but yielded just 3 runs, struck out 3 in a strong effort. And again, this is the guy the Spartans have struggled with over the course of the last couple of seasons when these two teams played last year. As the first pitch on the way to Arterburn, that's lined into shallow right, and over to get it is the right fielder who's playing a few steps in. That's Sullivan. Another hard hit ball by Arterburn, but played well out there for the first out of the inning, and there's 1 gone in the 6th for Jack Anderson. Anderson 1 for 3 in the game, a single, a flyout, and a strikeout swinging. Called strike to start off the at-bat against Anderson, 0-1. Podholm, a career 4.38 ERA. Ties up Anderson there, and it's 0-2. He's 11-4 for his career, over 125 innings of work. That ball sent towards the gap in right center field, and that gets down for a base hit. Good piece of two-strike hitting for Jack Anderson. He has his second hit of the game, the seventh hit of the day for the Spartans. And a runner on now for Thomas Downs, who will be hitting in Dane Camphausen's spot in the lineup. Dane left the game after moving up to third on a fly ball, tagging up and came into third base, limping a little bit, had to come out of the game, and so Downs in his place, and we'll see if Thomas Downs can take advantage of the opportunity. 0-1 the count now on Downs as he takes that one on the outside corner. Mentioned it before, some of Potholm's best appearances have come against Case. Last year picked up a win against the Spartans. Went 7 1/3, gave up 7 runs, 4 earned, 10 hits allowed. Struck out 1, but a lot of that damage done late in that game. That one misses for a ball. And again, he's the kind of guy that's going to give up some hits, but he's for the most part going to throw strikes. And the Spartans have had some trouble with him. Good news is if you're Case Western Reserve, you're leading in this one. So the key, just see if you can add on some runs and hope the pitchers can hold on here. The 1-1 offering from Potholm. And that's popped up shallow right. Back is the second baseman. And Kittredge puts it away for the out. And there are 2 gone. So 2 outs now for Tyler Stilson. Stilson 1 for 3 in the game today. Top of the 6th inning, 2 away. Stilson awaits the first pitch from Potholm, and he swings and pops it up. First base side, foul territory. And running out of room is Zach Kahn, the first baseman, and it's 0-1 count on Stilson. Spartans will get on a bus after this and make the trip up to Marietta. 3 games there over the next 2 days. Tomorrow, weather looks good. Saturday, a chance of rain. Although, that one a called strike on the outside corner, 0-2. On Stilson. It's down and in for a ball, 1-2. Potholm pitching on normal rest. Again, 4 days, so what is considered typical rest. Again, maybe not necessarily the case for your typical college pitcher. As Stilson tried to hold but couldn't, and that's strike 3. As he goes chasing the breaking ball down and away, and that ends the inning. Anderson with a 2-out hit, but he's left stranded at first. And we'll move along to the bottom of the 6th in a 1-run game. It'll be the 5, 6, and 7 hitters. Kahn, Kittredge, and Rothwark due up when we return. Welcome back as we get set to begin the bottom of the 6th inning. And a close one here, 4-3 the score. Colgrove out to begin his 2nd inning of work, and that one misses down and out, ball 1. It'll be Con Kittredge and Rothwarg, 5, 6, and 7 in the order against Colgrove, who pitched a scoreless 5th, but falls behind here 2-0. Spartans should have the arms they need to get through the game today. They're actually in fairly good shape, as a called strike brings the count to 2-1. And I would imagine Jack Anderson available if needed today to try to close this one out. Ground ball, third base side, but foul, 2-2. Two and two the count, nobody out. Colgrove sets and delivers. Off that outside corner, full count, 3-2. You know, it was interesting. I was talking with Jack's father, Mike. He said, yeah, you know, one of the things Jack said is that when he pitches in those games, it's almost easier when he's been catching the entire game as a swing and a miss for strike 3 than when he's playing a position like center field like he did yesterday, because when you're catching, your arm kind of stays warm the whole game. You're throwing the ball constantly. When you're playing in the outfield, there's just not as much time to keep your arm warm, not as much action. And so, you know, it sounds like Jack, well, it's kind of counterintuitive. You think, okay, be a little bit more tired coming to the game after catching the entire time and then pitching. But actually is a little bit easier. And when you go back and think to the NCAA tournament last year against Lynchburg, one of the few games that, really the only game that Jack has faltered in during his pitching career, that came after he was playing the outfield the entire game. So a little bit different. 1-1. Kittredge at the plate. Swing and a miss. It's 1-2. Kittredge 0 for 2 in the game. An RBI ground out back in the first. Struck out swinging in the fourth. Swing and a miss at the changeup. Strike 3. Nice job by Colgrove, who has struck out his first 2 batters of the inning. He's retired 5 of the first 6 he's faced. And now Max Rothwarg will be the batter. 0 for 2 in the game, hitting a .224 on the season. And that's inside and plunks him. So Rothwarg hit by the first pitch from Colgrove, and he'll be on base. Second inning in a row that Colgrove has retired the first 2 and then allowed a runner to reach with 2 outs. Jack Anderson giving him a few words of advice. Jack's so good at working with the pitching staff. You know, what's made even more impressive by that is that, again, Jack is, 5 or 6 years older than some of these guys that are, the freshmen on the team. Again, Jack now in his 6th season of college baseball. That's taken inside for a ball, 1-0. This will, in all likelihood, be Jack's last career game at Lexington County Stadium. And again, this is one of the first college fields he ever played on. Here's the 1-0. That one just misses off the plate. It's 2-0 on Tolson. Tolson with 9 RBIs this season. 5 of them have come against the Spartans in the 2+ games he's played against them. Had a 4 RBI game in that 9-5 win last week. And another one down low. It's 3-0 on Tolson. Here's 3-0. And a bit up and in, ball 4. So a walk after the hit batter. And all of a sudden with 2 outs, a little bit of trouble here in the 6th for Colgrove to work around. CWRU pitching coach Steve Grunberg is going to take a walk out. Bit of an awkward mound meeting there. I'm looking at Jack Anderson just kind of staring out around home plate. I think as much of anything, this is just to give Colgrove a little bit of a breather here after the hit batter and the walk, calm him down, and maybe give the bullpen a chance to get working here too. Gotta imagine Zach Barnes an option for today. The meeting on the mound breaks up. Two on, 2 away. Here's the pitch. In there for a called strike to Hensey, the 9-hitter, and it's an 0-1 count. Well, if you're Colgrove, this is the guy in the lineup you want to face. Hensey 0 for 2, a strikeout and a soft line out to second. He's hitting at 174 on the year. Again, Hensey can make him pay here if he doesn't make some quality pitches, so you got to be careful. Big at bat here in the game. The 0-1 offering. That's in there for a called strike, too, and Colgrove a strike away from working through another scoreless inning. The 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Colgrove gets the strikeout as he gets Hensey to reach for the breaking ball off the plate, and that ends the 6th. No runs, no hits, no errors, 2 left on. The top of the 7th coming up. It'll be 4, 5, and 6 for the Spartans. Harms, Alonso, and Trout when we come back. Nick Harms set to lead things off for the Spartans as we begin the top of the 7th. This one flying along pretty quickly here today. At least it feels like it is. I guess we've been going for over 2 hours already. Potholm back out on the mound for his 2nd inning of work. It'll be Harms, Alonso, and Trout as the Spartans looking to add to a 1-run lead, give a little bit of security to that lead. What has been a competitive and well-pitched game for the most part so far. Swarthmore scored 3 in the top of the first. They've been held scoreless ever since. The Spartans with a run in the second, a run in the third, 2 in the fourth. And that has resulted in a 4-3 lead for Case Western Reserve. First pitch from Potholm of the inning misses down low, 1-0. Again, Potholm, a guy the Spartans have had some trouble with over the course of the last 2 years. Harms fouls that one back, and it's 1-1. So we'll see if the Spartans can break out again. They, another run or two here would go a long way for this bullpen. Good curve there, caught that outside corner, and it's 1-2. Nice sharp break to that pitch. So Harms behind in the count, 1-2. Nick 1 for 3 in the game with an RBI and a run scored. His one hit was a double. Swings, grounds that one hard down the first base side. Foul ball. Count stays at 1-2. Might be it for Eric Colgrove, who gives the Spartans 2 scoreless innings. Zach Barnes is up in the bullpen as Harms lines that one into right field for a base hit. Good piece of 2-strike hitting there for Nick Harms. And the Spartans have a leadoff single against Potholm with Franco Alonso coming to the plate. Alonso's got his average of .439 for the season. One for 2 with a single, a walk, 2 runs scored. He's also grounded out to third. Alonso 2 home runs on the year. Hits that one down the third base side, but foul, and it's 0-1. Low there, and it's a 1-1 count on Alonso. Rubber match between these two teams. Again, Swarthmore winning on Saturday against Case Western Reserve. The Spartans winning last night. Spartans, since that loss to Swarthmore, have won 4 in a row. Here's the 1-1. Foul tip back. It's 1-2. One-two on the way from Potholm. Rocks and delivers, and Alonso in the air, right field, playable. Sullivan over to get it, makes the catch, and that'll be the first out of the inning. So Matt Trout will now be the batter. Trout has been on base 2 more times today with a pair of walks. He now has 7 walks on the season. 6 of them have come in the team's last 3 games. Harms the runner at first, and again, he's been very active on the base paths all tournament long. He has a stolen base already today. Has a called strike to start the at-bat to Trout, 0-1. Now the 0-1 pitch, Potholm. Called strike, a late strike call. That one clipped the upper outer portion of the strike zone. And it's 0-2. Potholm's 0-2. Runner goes. The pitch swung on. Fouled off. Arms will retreat to first base. Arms takes his lead from first. Trout awaits the 0-2 pitch and grounds it to short. To second for one, on to first. Not in time as Trout beat it out. It'll go as a fielder's choice. 6-4 the put out at second base. And there'll be 2 outs now with a runner at first for Logan Andreyko. And Draco has been on base twice with walks. Squares to bunt there and bunts it foul, 0-1. Potholm has thrown 21 of his first 25 pitches in the strike zone. There's another one that just gets on that outside corner, 0-2. So Andreyko trying to dig his way out of an 0-2 hole with 2 away and a runner at first. We'll see if Trout's moving here. He's not. That one swung on, loft in the air, shallow left, and it'll drop down for a base hit for Andreyko, who's on for the 3rd time. 9th hit of the day for the Spartans, and now Calvin Gelly will be the batter. Gelly 1 for 3 with an RBI single back in the 4th inning. His last time up, Gelly was batting with 2 men on and maybe got a little too patient at the plate. He got ahead in the count 3-0 and wound up striking out. This time a bit more aggressive. Grounds it out to second, though. Flipped over to short, and that'll end the inning. So the inning over. No runs, 2 hits, 2 left on. We'll move to the bottom of the 7th inning. 4-3, Spartans leading. 4-3 the score, top of the order for Swarthmore, and the Spartans will bring in their third pitcher of the game. It's Zach Barnes, who will be making his fourth appearance of the season, all out of the bullpen. Barnes 1-0 with a 5.79 ERA. In 4 2/3 innings, he's given up 3 runs on 4 hits, no walks, 8 strikeouts against Barnes, who has held opponents to a 200 average. He has looked very good this year and will face the top of the Swarthmore lineup. First pitch inside, 1-0. Barnes, a 6'5", 200-pound sophomore out of Chapel Hill, North Carolina, Chapel Hill High School. Inside, 2-0. Called strike, 2-1. Three and 1 the count. Swing and a miss, full count, 3-2. And that's strike 3. And Kedar down swinging. So I'll bring up Aiden Sullivan to the plate with 1 away and the base is empty. He takes a called strike, 0-1. Barnes' best outing of the year came his last time out. He's really had 2 strong ones in a row. But against a pretty good Baldwin Wallace team, went 3 innings in relief, allowed just 1 run on 2 hits with 4 strikeouts. Before that, when an inning in the third against Milliken, faced 5 batters, struck out 4 of them. Down low, ball 1, 1-2. So Barnes has gone 3 days in between appearances here. He threw 47 pitches against Baldwin Wallace, but at least right now showing no signs of fatigue. I would think the plan is for Barnes to get the 7th and the 8th and then turn it over to Jack Anderson for the 9th. 2-2 on the way. Ball hit towards second. Alonso on the run. Fields throws, and the throw will pull Downs off the bag. That'll be an error on Alonso on the throw. And there's a runner on with 1 away. Matthew Silvestri now the batter against Barnes. That ball grounded to short, could be 2. To second for 1. Relay throw to first is offline and hits off the dugout. And so the inning will continue. No error on that play, but the Spartans, between the error on the previous play and that throw, should have been out of the inning a couple times by now. Instead, with 2 outs now, Ben Buckman coming to the plate with a runner at first. And a called strike to start the at-bat to Buckman, 0-1. Buckman hitting at 280. Fouls that one back. 0-2. Pitch from Barnes. That's low. Buckman trying to keep the inning going. His team down a run. It's 4-3 Spartans, bottom of the 7th inning. Ground ball to short should end it. It's bobbled, though, and everyone will be safe. Another costly play. That allows another runner to reach. That's the second error of the inning, both of which have come with 2 outs. To go, pardon me, the first one came with 1 out, but that to go along with the double play not getting turned. And the Spartans all of a sudden in some trouble here with Zach Kahn coming to the plate. That one lined. It takes off Barnes' glove. Scooped by Arterburn. The throw to first in time to get the out. And Barnes looks to be okay on the mound. That ball was scorched by Kahn. It caught Arterburn on the glove, and it caught Barnes on the glove. It wound up rolling to Arterburn, who made a heads-up play throwing to first to get out of the inning. And that will strand 2 for Swarthmore as we move into the 8th. Spartans coming to bat, 9-1-2 in the order. Arterburn, Anderson, and Downs when we come back. Nate Arterburn leading things off, takes a called strike, and it's 0-1. Arterburn has hit the ball hard a couple times, but nothing to show for it today. He's 0 for 3, but swinging a better bat. Hits that in the air, right field, dying quickly. Coming in is the right fielder Sullivan, and on the run, he makes the catch for the out. 1 gone. So Arterburn retired. 3rd time today he's flown out to right. And back to the top of the order now as Jack Anderson will step to the plate. Anderson 2 for 4 in the game. "4-3, Spartans leading, trying to hold on to a one-run lead." Anderson fouls that one back in its own one. Potholm is in his third inning of work. He's allowed 3 hits, all singles. Yet to give up a run in this one. The 0-1. Called strike, 0-2 on Anderson. The 0-2 pitch. In the dirt for a ball, 1-2. Anderson rips that deep towards right field, over into the corner, and it's out of here. Home run, Jack Anderson. His third of the tournament. And that adds to the Spartan lead. It's now 5-3. Second time that Jack has gone to the opposite field here in Lexington. That one came with 2 strikes in the count as well to make it even more impressive. And that is a big insurance run for the Spartans, who are on top now by 2. So it's a 5-3 Spartan lead, and now Thomas Downs coming to bat. He's 0 for 1 in the game. And that pitch is in the dirt to Downs, 1-0. And Downs coming in after Camphausen left the game with an injury. Hits that in the air towards the gap, right center field, dropping quickly, and it's down for a base hit for Downs. That'll be his first hit of the season. And the Spartans have a 1-out base runner. So now Tyler Stilson coming to the plate. Stilson 1 for 4. First pitch on the way to Stilson. Swung on, ground to second. Should end the inning. Flip to second for 1. On to first. It's in time. Double play. 4-6-3 double play turned by Swarthmore. But the Spartans add on a run on a solo home run by Jack Anderson. His third of the campaign and his third in the last 6 games. And the Spartans now lead 5-3 as we move to the bottom of the 8th. It'll be Kittredge, Rothwarg, and Tolson due up for Swarthmore when we return. Nathaniel Kittredge to lead things off. It'll be Kittredge, Rothward, and Tolson as Zach Barnes on for his second inning of work. Barnes looked really good in the seventh. He got a strikeout and then proceeded to get 4 ground balls, 2 of which the infield committed errors behind him on. But escaped the inning unscathed, and now will face the bottom part of the order here as Kittredge swings and misses, 0-1. Kittredge 0 for 3 with an RBI ground out back in the first inning. Swarthmore scored all 3 of their runs in the first. The Spartans have held them scoreless since. Fouled away, it's 0-2. Barnes ahead in the count. Kittredge settling back in. The 0-2 on the way from Barnes, who gets his sign from Anderson. Now sets and delivers. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. 3-pitch strikeout for Barnes. His second strikeout of the game. There's 1 gone here in the 8th. Max Rothward will now step up to bat. He's 0 for 2. Hit by a pitch his last time up. First pitch, swung on, grounded, nope, chop foul. And it's 0-1 on Rothward. Spartans looking to win their 5th straight. Here's the 0-1. Popped up, foul territory and out of play. It's 0-2. You know, the dugout's a little quieter now that Thomas Downs is over at first base for the Spartans. Used to Thomas making all the noise from the dugout. He is a ball of energy if you ever get a chance to hang out around Thomas. He's such an important guy to this team because of that energy he brings. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Low changeup. That was a pitch that yesterday Tyler Stilson was incredibly effective with. And you're seeing here a couple of strikeouts with that low change from Barnes. So now 2 gone. And Easton Tolson will be the batter. Is it just me, or does he's got a chance at an immaculate inning here? 6 pitches so far, 2 strikeouts, and 7 pitches. 7 strikes right now. Never seen an immaculate inning live and in person. The 0-1. Ball 1. 1-1 the count. The 1-1 offering on the way from Barnes. He's all out of sorts now as that's inside, 2-1. For those of you who don't know, the immaculate inning is 9 pitches, 3 strikeouts. In an inning. There's been a number in the major league level. That ball grounded to third. Gelly with it. Long throw across the diamond. Perfect timing and a perfect spot to get the out. And we're through 8 innings. The Spartans lead by 2, 5-3 the score. We'll go to the 9th. It'll be Harms, Alonso, and Trout due up 4, 5, and 6 in the order with Case Western Reserve on top by 2. Nick Harms coming to the plate. Another 2-hit game for Nick Harms so far. 2 for 4 with a double, a single, a run scored, a stolen base, an RBI. He continues to do a little bit of everything for the Spartans. His single the last time up came off of Potholm, who delivers the first pitch fastball down and into Harms. 1-0 the count. 9th inning, 5-3 the score. Spartans are leading. Harms sat back on a breaking pitch and just missed it, fouling it back. It's 1-1. That's a good pitch there by Potholm. It's one of those where, you know, if you're Harms, you kind of read that pitch, you get excited, and maybe you get your swing a little out in front, especially after seeing a fastball in the previous pitch. 2-1 the count now. If I'm Harms here, 2-1, I'm sitting on that breaking ball in the outer portion of the plate again. Let's see. Here's the 2-1. That one misses down and in. 3-1. The breaking pitch came down that time. Gotta be careful here if you're Potholm. Can't throw a get-me-over pitch against Harms, who has been torching everything this week. Spins on that one and hits it foul, and it's 3-2. Good dodge out of the way of that one at first base by Evan Faxon, who's handling first base coaching duties this week, with Matt Johnson away from the team. I've been neglectful to congratulate him. And now it's down to the birth of his second child, a daughter, Francesca. That one fouled back, and it's 3-2. There are rumors that Matt is going to join up with the team in Marietta. I think no one would fault him if he hung home a few extra days, as that one sent up the elevator chute. Behind short now, struggling to find it, but finally putting it away is Rothwarg for the out, 1 gone. Towering fly ball there for Harms, but he's retired to start the 9th, and now Franco Alonso to the plate. Alonso 1 for 3, 2 runs scored today. He's walked as well in the game, as Alonso staying hot at the plate. Swing and a miss. Alonso decided a little late to swing at that one, and he's behind 0-1. Called strike, 0-2. One and two. Potholm has pitched well in relief, but did allow a run on Jack Anderson's solo home run in the 8th. Alonso swings and misses for strike 3. And that'll be the second out of the inning. Base is empty now for Matt Trout. Trout grounded into fielder's choice his last time up. He's 0 for 2 with 2 walks in the game, batting 190 on the campaign. First pitch to Trout. Fastball down the middle for a strike, 0-1. It is the 9, 1, and 2 hitters due up. Hensey, Kedar, and Sullivan in the bottom of the 9th for Swarthmore. As that one in the air, down the line and right. See if there's room for Kahn. There will not be as it goes out of play in the count 0-2. I did not see if Jack Anderson ran out to the bullpen between innings. I don't think he did, so this might be Zach Barnes' game to finish off, and who could blame Matt Englander for wanting to do that with the way that Barnes has looked through his first 2 innings of work, and frankly through his last 3 appearances now. That one's outside, ball 1 to Trout, 1-2 the count. That one lined down the line and left, and that'll get down for a base hit. Trout will head for second. It's picked up in left field and fired in, but a good piece of two-strike hitting for Trout, who's had himself a really nice week here in Lexington. And with 2 outs, a runner in scoring position for Logan Andraco, who singled in his last at-bat and can extend the Spartans' lead with another base hit here. Andraco hitting at .308 on the year. That one lined it to right. It's down for a base hit. They'll wave Trout around. Here comes the throw to the plate. It's well in time, and Trout slides in, and he is out. So an aggressive call by Matt Englander to send Trout on that one. And a perfect throw in right field from Sullivan, and it keeps it at a 2-run game as we move to the bottom of the 9th. Barnes coming back out to try to finish this one off. He'll face the 9, 1, and 2 hitters when we come back. Well, the Spartans will try to end their time in Lexington on a high note here. If Zach Barnes can close this one out, they'll be the 9, 1, and 2 hitters, but we'll get a pinch hitter to start this one off as Max Beedling will pinch hit. Beedling hitting at .323 on the season. He's been a regular in the lineup for Swarthmore, and so you'll see 3 good hitters to start this inning, with the Spartans leading 5-3. Again, Barnes ready to close this one out. I would imagine you can pull the emergency alarm if you need to, and bring in Anderson if you need to get an out or 2 here today. Is the first pitch up and out from Barnes, 1-0, but Barnes has looked good so far. Yet to allow a hit through 2 innings of work. The only base runners that have reached against him have come on a pair of errors. Swing and a miss, and it's 1-1 on Beedling. Beedling, 2 doubles, a triple, 5 runs batted in this year. Fastball is outside, 2-1. Popped up. Foul territory. Anderson gives a look, but it'll get out of play. Ironically enough, it was Jack's brother who chased after the ball in the stands. So 2-2 count on Beedling. First batter of the 9th inning in a 2-run game. The 2-2. Just off the outer portion of the plate, and it's a 3-2 count. Got to be aggressive here if you're Barnes. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Barnes gets the strikeout. His 4th strikeout of the appearance. And back to the top of the lineup now for Lior Kedar, who is 0 for 3 with a walk and a run scored. He struck out swinging against Barnes in the 7th inning. He was the first batter to face Zach Barnes. Breaking ball misses outside, 1-0. So second time through the order for Barnes. He's now up to 35 pitches. I believe Oliver Miller has gotten up in the bullpen. That misses inside, 2-0. That is Oliver Miller. So Anderson may not be available for this one today, at least to pitch. Called strike, 2-1. Swing and a miss, 2-2. And it's inside, almost hit Kedar as the count goes full, 3-2. Second straight batter to start the 9th inning that Barnes has gone full on. He struck out Beedling to begin the inning. What can he do here against Kedar? The payoff pitch on the way. Swung on back to the mound. Barnes has it, will jog it halfway before the underhand toss to Downs, and there are 2 gone. And the Spartans now an out away from the win. Standing in the way is Aiden Sullivan. Sullivan 1 for 3 in the game with a hit, a run scored, and a walk. Barnes looking for the save. Roxon delivers the first pitch in there for a strike to Sullivan, 0-1. Sullivan reached on an error his first time up against Barnes. That back in the 7th inning. None of the contact so far against Barnes has been particularly hard. That ball lifted foul, and now Barnes is strike away from giving the Spartans the 5th straight win. 0-2, 2 away. Barnes comes set. Here's his 0-2 to Sullivan. Outside, ball 1, 1-2. The 1-2. Well outside again, 2-2. Fouled off, and Sullivan doing a good job extending this at bat. Matt Silvestri is on deck hoping to get a shot. But Sullivan needs to reach for that to happen. Here's the 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Anderson scoops it. He'll throw down to first to complete the play. And that ends the game. The Spartans with the win. They finished 5-1 down here in South Carolina. And Case Western Reserve with a very sharp and very nice quality 5-3 win for Case Western Reserve today. So the Spartans improve on the season to 8-4. Swarthmore drops to 6-8. The winning pitcher is Eric Colgrove. He's 1-0 on the season. The save goes to Zach Barnes. And for Barnes, that is his first save of the year. The losing pitcher today is Ezra Schwartz, and he will drop to 0-1 on the campaign. Today's game lasted 2 hours and 59 minutes. Attendance here at the ballpark was 213. I want to thank everyone again for joining us throughout the week. The Spartans, after this, will head up to Marietta. There will be video and live stats coverage of that game. I won't be providing it, but there will be coverage, so you could take a look at that as the Spartans are in action tomorrow at 11 a.m. They'll get on the bus in a little bit, take the ride up, and then get ready to play a few hours after. Once again, final score today, 5-3, Case Western Reserve with the win. Have a great rest of your day, everyone, and we will see you tomorrow in Marietta. Take care.